Remember, if you enjoy it, to like, share, and subscribe. Chapter 7, Fanfare. The morning after finding your trailer trashed and Ash escorting you home. You awake in your bedroom alone, your lips still tingling from your kiss with Ash, and your heart aching at his sudden distance from that followed. Still can't believe he left, after everything we shared. It's like there's something stopping him from letting himself be with me. If I could just figure out what that is. You pad into the bathroom just as Ash steps out of the shower, his slick body barely covered by one of your plush towels. Ava. Droplets of water cling to his sculpted torso. Glistening against the skin, you follow one as it races down his body. Let my gaze linger. Not bothering to hide your shameless staring, you watch as a droplet descends, trickling slowly until it reaches his abdomen and disappears beneath the towel. Under the towel, you catch a glimpse of his length. Your lips part slightly as your breath quickens, your eyes fixated on the tantalizing sight. Good morning. All you can feel is your core throbbing at the thought of you, or feeling him inside of you. Yes, it is. His eyes darken for just a moment as they take you in, and then he's turning away, breaking the spell between you. It's so clear he wants me, so why is he pushing me away? Water dripping down his body traces an alluring path along the lines of his defined abdomen. You clear your throat. I didn't expect you'd be in here. I thought you'd left me behind. His body tenses, and despite the close quarters, it's like a wall has gone up between you. Never. I don't understand why you pulled away. Maybe we both got carried away, but we should still... Can we talk about this after we're both dressed? His eyes rove over your body, and you grow hot as you suddenly remember you're just as nearly naked as he is. I suppose you have a point. I should be getting ready for work anyway. You feeling alright about going back? It's hard to ignore the distraction caused by his muscular body, but his words jolt you back to reality. Honestly, no. I know I'll have you and the rest of the security team looking after me, but I still feel so helpless. What time do you have to be on set today? My call time's at noon. He takes a step towards you, his hand lighting a burning desire in you as he rests it on your bare shoulder. Self-defense is a powerful tool that can help people reclaim their power. Maybe learning some moves would help you feel more prepared. Images of his strong body bending you to his will flash through your mind, his sweat-slicked skin pressed against yours. He's always more open with me when things get physical. Maybe this will help me get me the answers I need. Only if you teach me. After getting dressed, you and Ash head to your private gym. Alright, let's start with the basics. Your stance is the foundation of everything else I'll teach you. Stand with your legs shoulder-width apart, shoulders squared, bit of a bend in your knees. You adjust your position based on his words, noticing how his fingers twitch at his sides as though he's barely keeping himself from touching you. Is this right? His eyes rake over your body before he swallows and turns his head away. Almost. Maybe you could show me? You meet his gaze, and whatever wall there is between you crumbles as he finally moves closer. He steps up behind you, the heady scent of him filling your senses, and you draw in a sharp breath as he places his hands on your waist. Oh. He shifts your hips just a little, only his hands touching you, but you can feel the rest of his body a mere inches away. When he speaks again, his breath tickles your neck, and you try to ignore the heat stirring in your core. There. Perfect. He steps back, and you nearly shiver from the chill he leaves in his wake. Now attack me. It doesn't matter how, just get back in your stance after. Give it my all. Without warning, you lunge for his waist. But he hardly budges when you slam into him, a solid wall of muscle. He takes hold of your shoulders and keeping you in place. It would be easy to drop to your knees in front of him. See, that's why a solid stance is important. But we do need to teach you how to punch.
I already know how to throw a punch.
He takes your hand, circles or curls your fingers into a fist with his own, gently nudging your thumb from the top to the side. A proper punch. He punctuates the words with a squeeze of your hand, and you feel the strength in his words. When he lets go, your skin still tingles from his touch, and then he steps back holding his arms open. Again, hit me. You swing, strike him right in the chest with enough force that he takes a step back.
I did it.
Oof. Ash darts forward, grabs you from behind, his arms wrapping around you and trapping you in his embrace. Always get back in your stance.
That's not fair.
The firm plane of his pecs presses against your back, and as you squirm, he merely tightens his hold. There are a few ways to get out of a bear hug like this. His breath is hot on your ear, his lips nearly brushing the shell of it. You can either drop your hips, or hook your leg around one of theirs to trip them. Sneak my leg around his. You shift your hips back, pressing your rear against his front. He groans in surprise. His grip doesn't loosen, but you're able to slide your legs behind his, your thighs rubbing together. Ava. Then you abruptly sweep his leg. He immediately lets go of you as he struggles to get his balance. You step away, arousal pooling in your belly, and his eyes are dark when you turn back to him. I never imagined self-defense could be so intimate. He takes a step towards you, and you fall back in your stances. He eyes you appreciatively. That's why you have to practice with someone you trust. He holds out his hand, an invitation you can't refuse with the way he's looking at you. He wraps his fingers around your wrist, thumb gliding softly over the inside of it, igniting the fire already in your veins. Those are the basics, though being in a real fight will be a lot more intense. His grip tightens on the last word, and you take a step forward, drawn in by the casual display of strength. And if I want to put all this training into practice, we can always spar, if you're up for it, Starlet. It's all too easy to imagine both of you covered in sweat, rolling on the floor, Ash pinning you beneath him, being totally at his mercy.
Let's do it.
Then get in the ring. Never letting go of you, Ash leads you into the ring on the other side of the gym. Don't worry, I'll go easy on you.
And don't think you'll get me on my back that easily.
His eyes flare with a wildfire that threatens to consume you with its intensity. Don't say I didn't warn you. He finally releases your wrist and your skin still burns where he touched you. But first, he shrugs out of his jacket, tossing it to the floor before reaching back to pull his shirt off. You lick your lips as you take in the firm planes of his pecs and rippling muscles of his abs.
Should I strip down too?
Your body heats up as he looks you up and down as though debating, and the sight makes your heart flutter.
Ash?
No, you need to be ready to fight in whatever you're wearing. Or, as the case may be, whatever you're not wearing. For a moment, you let yourself picture it. You and Ash wrestling on the ground in nothing but your underwear. First one to pin the other one wins.
Then get ready to lose.
With a smirk, he sinks back into his stance, drawing your attention to how tight his jeans cling to his legs.
I could play this fairly and see how just strong he really is.
Or I could fight dirty and see how just rough we can get. Fight dirty. His muscles bunch, and he lunges at you. You barely step out of the way in time, his shoulders skimming against yours. As he whirls back around, you kick at his groin, only for him to catch your leg, his fingers digging roughly in your calf. Fighting dirty, huh? Good. There are no rules when a situation is life or death.
This is true. So you like dirty. I'll have to remember that.
His grip on you tightens, and he then shoves you back onto the floor, the unrestrained display of strength sending a jolt of desire rippling through you. He's on top of you in an instant, his powerful thighs bracketing you in. He easily captures your wrists, pinning you completely. I believe that makes me the winner. You strain against him, kicking your legs out, but he just drops his weight down on you. You barely hold back a moan as your hips slot together, even with his jeans still on. Proximity has you aching.
I'm not done yet.
You writhe beneath him, but hardly budges. You lift your head so you can turn and bite his arm. You dig your teeth in just a little, so you can really feel him, tasting the salt of his skin as you do. Ah! He stifles a low groan and poor throbs, but it's not enough to get him off. He squeezes his thighs around your body and presses your hands roughly against the floor as he leans in close. Try something else. It's hard to think, though, with this body blanketing yours, and the only thing separating you is a few thin layers of fabric. That's it. I just have to... rock our hips together. Using what little purchase you have, you shift your hips up to rut against his. You feel yourself dampen as you're pressed closer together, and he goes tense above you. What are you... He trails off as you bring your hips together again, feeling him stiffen in his jeans as he rocks forward to meet yours. I'm using everything I have at my disposal. He moans as you continue to move against him, and his grip on your wrist softens, so hardly holding them at all. Ava. Then you push with all your might, sending him sprawling back on the floor. You climb on top of him, straddling his body and resting your hands on his chest.
Gotcha.
Not a technique I'd normally suggest, but it did work. He shifts beneath you, and with a playful smile, you press back against him, keeping him pinned.
Now, what am I gonna do with you while I've got you totally at my mercy?
His body goes lax beneath yours, surrendering to you, and when he smirks up at you, your mouth goes dry. You tell me. Your eyes meet, and fueled by raw desire, you can't help but lean down to capture his mouth in a passionate kiss. The taste of his lips, soft, inviting, deepens the hunger burning in your belly. Your lips part, longing for more of him, and he deepens the kiss, the two of you getting tangled up in each other. He drops his hands to your waist, clutching you close as his hips rock against yours. Your mouth stays pressed against his, even as you reach down and drag his hands from your hips. You take a hold of his wrists, guide them above his head, pressing them roughly against the floor. You're at my mercy. His breath comes in harsh pants, pupils blown with want at your show of dominance. Ava. You like that? He answers by crashing your lips together again, tasting every inch of you he can reach. Despite the waves of desire coursing through, there's still something nagging at the back of your mind, forcing you to break the kiss. Ash, are you sure? Don't stop. And that's all you need to hear to lose yourself in him entirely. You begin a slow, tantalizing grind against him, the friction between your bodies making your molten heat bubble in your belly. I can feel how hard you are. You shift back so you can rub your hand over the front of his jeans, feeling the outline of him straining against the denim. I want to feel every inch of you. Show me how to pin someone against the wall. I need to know how to get out of every position, right? You smirk and roll off of him. Getting back to your feet, he does the same, eyes dark as they watch you. He springs at you, and while you throw out a punch, he easily dodges and wraps his arms around you the moment he gets close. I've got you now. This time, rather than pushing you to the floor, he presses you up against the ropes, trapping you there. So, what are you gonna do with me? He slots his thigh between your legs and rubs up against you, sending a little jolts of electricity through your body. With all the fabric between you, it's not nearly enough. You want to feel him, but the pressure still makes your sweet spot throb. Need more. Your lips meet in a frenzied kiss, and as his tongue traces your lower lip, you give in, letting him devour you. You rock your hips, each shift sending a wave of pleasure through you and making you more and more desperate. Ava. The ache in your core only intensifies as he moans your name, begging for more. The room fills with the sounds of your gasps and groans, his voice husky in your ears. He whispers encouragements. You're gorgeous. Perfect. The faster you grind against him, the more pressure in your belly builds until it's all you can feel. You hang right on the precipice, so close to bliss, but the subtle pressure is not enough to tip you over the edge. Ash, touch me. Yep. Literally one tap. I was afraid YouTube was going to get angry, but your phone vibrates, hurling you back to reality. Ugh. Ash's hand freezes. You desperately want to sink back into it, but the spell has broken his resolve firmly back in place. He carefully rebuttons your pants and you pull away so he can dress. You adjust your clothes and he puts his back on. Probably better we were interrupted. Your call time's not far off. Your body still buzzes with need, and with all the way he's looking at you, you suspect his does as well. There are those walls again, just when I thought I was getting through to him. You're right, I'll meet you at the downstairs after my shower. He nods, and despite the magnetic pull drawing you back to him, you force yourself to head out the door. Make that a very cold shower. That afternoon, you head back to set. Only to find a group of excited fans chattering with Val, while Renee stands nearby, arms crossed. There's Ava. Oh, and she's with Ash. Who the hell let these people in here? Ash takes a step towards the group, when Gemma suddenly rushes over, getting between them. They're the winners of the sweepstakes to spend a day on set. Sweepstakes? Why didn't I know about this? I'm sorry, Ava. You've had so much going on, it must have slipped my mind. But they all have a background checks, and security was extra careful checking them in. It should be safe. Well then, I better go say hello. You glance over to Ash. He puts a hand on your shoulder and gives it a brief squeeze. Go ahead. I'll be keeping a close eye on him. As you approach, one of the fans sighs wistfully, her eye still on Ash. You must be so in love. Your cheeks flush, and then you can feel Ash's eyes on you as you consider your answer. I fall harder for him every day. Your heart pounds in your chest, even though you know Ash will just think you're acting. It's all the little things he does. I really found someone special. The fans collectively let out a heartfelt awe, and you sneak a glance back over at him to find him watching you, eyes dark. I bet the two of you will just be together forever, just like Celine and Wynn. Well, they were telling me about some of their favorite parts of the book. I love the part where Celine chooses not to give up her magic just to save Wynn, because it's part of what makes her who she is. That's the scene we're shooting today, but Raimi changed it. Now Celine does give up her magic. I always loved that part too, but wait, I didn't catch any of your names. The three quickly introduce themselves, excitement sparkling in their eyes. Who's your favorite character, Tish? Lucinda. I can't believe I get to meet the actress playing her. Yes, well, you're welcome, I suppose. I've heard a lot of rumors online that the script is really deviating from the book. Is that true? At her words, the stalker's letter flashes through your mind, making your heart pound. There's no way they could be one of them, right? Gemma said she ran background checks. Glance over to Ash, who, as if sensing your distress, steps closer, his presence calming you. Getting worked up over nothing. She's just a skeptical fan. Charlie, adaptations have to make changes. What makes for a great movie isn't always what makes for a great book. But there are so many key moments in Celine and Wynn's relationship. What's most important is that the spirit of the original is there, so it still feels like their story you know and love. Even if I felt like Raimi's vision deviates from that too. Places, everyone. That's us. I'll see you after. You make your way to the set as the camera starts rolling. You and Renee, as Celine and Lucinda move through the scenery. I still worry this is a trap. But then the actor playing the villainous Lord Ferengi steps into the clearing. Beside him is Val as Wynn, wrapped in thick chains. Celine, you shouldn't have come. I had to. I couldn't leave you. You know what I want, Celine. Surrender your magic, and I'll let you have your lover back.
This is the exact opposite of the book. Celine would never do this, and the fans know that. But you force yourself to follow the script, taking off your necklace and handing it over. There, I've given up my magic, now give him back to me.
You fool! Did you really believe I'd so easily surrender the ruler of this realm to a magicless mortal?
Don't worry, Celine. We'll find our way back to one another,
But then Firenze and Wind disappear back into the trees and you fall to your knees, tears in your eyes.
No.
Cut! You get back to your feet, and as the crew resets for another take, you go to find Ash passing by the fans in the process.
I just knew the movie was gonna ruin Celine's character. Not even close to what happened in the book. Why would they change that?
When you reach Ash's side, he senses your frustration. Surprisingly, he takes your hand. Is everything alright?
No. I feel powerless. In the scene and in real life.
Think about your training from this morning. You're not powerless at all.
This is different. Reading about Celine used to make me feel so strong, like I could do anything. But this Celine isn't the same, and I can't put Raimi in a chokehold to fix it.
Slides his arms around you, and you immediately melt into the comfort of his embrace. I'm sure you have other tools at your disposal. You're the lead actress, so why not put your foot down? Yeah, tell Henry Cavill that. How well did it do him for Witcher? Yeah, that's right. They let him go.
Because that's exactly what the Stalker wants me to do. If I bow to them now, it'll just egg them on. Besides, it's not like Raimi's ever listened to me before.
He takes your face in both hands and tilts your head up so you're staring into his captivating depth of his eyes. This isn't about what the Stalker wants or what Raimi wants, it's about what you want. Whatever that is, you should take charge and seize it. Screw the consequences. You're lost in his gaze for a moment, your body filling with warmth from his words, from his belief in you. Let's go again, everyone! Go get him, Starlet. Back on the set, you run through the scene again.
Celine, you shouldn't have come. I had to, I couldn't leave you.
You know what I want, Celine. Surrender your magic, and I'll let your lover back. You can see the fans in the corner of your eyes. You pull the necklace off, and Ash's words still echo in your mind.
No.
You clutch the necklace tightly in your fist. Firenze's actor, eyes go wide, and Renee stiffens beside you. No. You don't. You will never see your love again. He quickly recovers and Val's eyes sparkle with delight when you meet his gaze.
Yes, I will.
Because there is no tower high enough or pit deep enough to keep us apart. I trust you, Celine. I know you will come for me. Renee puts her hand on your arm, turning your attention to her.
Jane, you have to reconsider. Giving up your magic is the only way to get Wynn back. Don't you care about him?
Of course I do. You should be looking at Val, but you find your gaze drifting behind the camera to where Ash stands watching.
He's my other half. We're opposites in every way, but that's just because he completes me. When I'm with him, I feel whole.
Ash seems to unconsciously nod at your words, although agreeing with them, and your pulse quickens. And you complete me, my love. You hold Ash's gaze for a moment longer before turning back to the scene.
But Wynn would never ask me to give up a part of myself.
Val grins as he nods along with you. Don't you dare. You will regret this, Celine Gray.
No, friend, you will regret ever crossing me. I'll be coming for your head very soon, and when I do, I will not miss.
Cut! Adrenaline rushes through your veins as Raimi stalks onto the set. We have a script for a reason, people. We need to stick to it. Come on, Raimi. Surely you can see it works better this way. Made the whole scene more intense. I'm not saying it wasn't good, but it's a serious deviation. Not from the book. Raimi's right. You can't expect us all to improv on a whim. It's the opposite of what's written in the screenplay.
It's what's written in the book. This is a movie, Ava. We can't always be true to the book. Then why don't you ask the fans what they think? As you turn to address them, the 3 fans rush over grinning. That's incredible. It looks just like I imagined when I was reading the books. It was so romantic. Not to mention way more in character. But, Raimi, the fans know what they want. They might not be our only audience, but they're the ones who we know are gonna show up. And you're the one they're gonna blame if it turns out to be disappointing. Renee glances at the eager fans and clears her throat. You know what? I think I was too quick to judge. It was great. Definite improvement. Yeah, you're saving your ass. All of your actors and fans are in agreement, Raimi. What now? Alright, fine. We can keep the new scene. But we have dozens of other scenes to shoot. We can't be doing this every one of them. This is gonna be the best movie ever. You keep your expressions carefully neutral, but the moment Raimi turns his back, you can't help but grin. I knew you had it in you. You turn to see Ash striding towards you, a gentle smile on his face, his arms open, calling out to you. You should run and kiss him. Passionately. You run the short distance between you and throw your arms around his neck as you crash your lips together. His eyes go wide for just a moment before he melts into the kiss, arm sliding around your waist. Thank you for what you said earlier. Your lips find his again, and the heat building between you spreading from his body to yours as he draws you close. You nip playfully at his lower lip, and he lets out a low groan that makes your core ache with want. Ava. He says your name like a prayer before capturing your lips again, the soft, woodsy scent of him washing over you. When you break apart, you're both panting for breath, bodies pressed close together. As the fans cheer behind you, you duck your head beneath the quiet thrum of his heartbeat in your ear. You filmed a scene your way in front of your fans. I couldn't have done this without you. His arms tighten around you, his heart pounding in sync with yours. I just told you what you already knew. You just had to believe it yourself. After you wrap for the day, you and Gemma make your way back to your trailer, Ash heading home to his own place. You were amazing today. The fans loved you, and they loved you and Ash together. You guys have gotten really good at selling this fake boyfriend act. I think I'm starting to get too invested, and he's giving me some seriously mixed signals. It's like one minute he can't keep his hands off me, and the next there's a wall between us. Maybe you should lay out all your cards on the table. You won't know where things stand until you actually talk to him about that. What if it ruins everything? Maybe he was right. Maybe it's best to put some distance between us. That's not really an option. There's a huge Hollywood gala tomorrow, and since the two of you are the talk of the town, you have to be there. As a couple. Without further ado, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you did enjoy what I do. Also, head down the description, plenty of things to check out, ways to support, and also ways to become more of an integral part of this family that we have here. Without further ado, also consider checking out the Join and Thanks features that are integrated in YouTube if you wish to support. Other than that, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. But other than that, I'm going to catch you all in the next video. Peace out.